Good evening, Bill Keneally in the Weather Channel Forecast Center. We continue to monitor a developing winter storm now on the coast as our Kentucky storm now transferring all the energy over to the Virginia Capes around the Virginia Beach area. That is where our primary storm will take over later on tonight. Let's show you the satellite picture of the area now, see what's going on. You can see we had our curling area of cloud cover in Kentucky, and now we've kind of passed that baton. You can see the areas in the yellow and the orange shading. These are higher cloud tops, and they correlate well with areas of heavier rain. And now with that northeast wind, all that moisture beneath those orange clouds that we are depicting are getting flung back over the major metro areas. Boston now snowing quite heavily in western Mass. Connecticut snowing heavily in the Hartford area. And once again, snow and sleet, a real gloppy mix down in Philadelphia. Quite a bit of icing now in the Baltimore and the Washington area. In New York City, it continues to be snowfall. The snow has been quite heavy. And again, the residents awoke to the snow, but most area residents taking that snowfall earlier today in stride.
It was awful.
Where are you coming from?
We're coming from Brooklyn.
We're in Brooklyn.
Canarsie, Brooklyn.
Any thought of using the subway today?
No, I don't like the subway.
How do you prepare for today?
How did I prepare? Got up early, got my boots on, and here I am.
The city is expected to receive as much as a foot of snowfall overnight, which will mean more commuting problems coming in Wednesday morning, and it looks like that cold air is going to stick around a while. So again, folks, use caution. Cleveland and that wind in off the water, gusting out of the northeast as high as 50 miles per hour. Fort Wayne, Indiana, 6 inches. St. Louis, 5 inches. And again, New York City, about 4 inches of snow. North 3, I think this area is going to see an inch or more per hour for the next 4 to 5 hours. So New York, all told, could see as much as a foot. All right, let's go back and kind of harken back, if you will. We want to make a comparison.
View here, and we can, of course, see a widespread area of snow, freezing rain, and head back to the south where it's a little warmer. We're dealing with rain. But in this area right here, this is where we're dealing with lots of action here in New York and Pennsylvania, back into Ohio. Let's take a closer look at what's going on here as we head towards the Ohio Valley. This is where we're still dealing with some snow here. Cleveland, of course, still under a blizzard warning. Right now, Cleveland is seeing some light snow occurring here, and snow covering parts of eastern and into southern Ohio as well. And back into West Virginia, we're actually dealing with a little rain here in the southern part of the state. Then head back to the north, we're dealing with more wintry type precipitation. And back to the east, this is where we're dealing with lots of activity now as our area of low pressure continues keeping things very stirred up. Lots of snow falling here. We are dealing with snow now in New York with heavy snow warnings in effect. Back to Philadelphia, where you're actually seeing some freezing rain and snow. And as we head to Hartford, you're dealing with some snow falling here as well. Let's take a closer look at where we're seeing some of the heaviest action, and that would be into northern New Jersey, actually, where Newark seeing some heavy snow falling there now. And as we head into parts of Connecticut and into New York, you're continuing to see the snow. New York, it looks like you're going to see the heaviest snow tonight and into the early morning hours. And Boston, it's not snowing, or actually it's just started to snow where you are, and it looks like you're going to see the chance for near blizzard conditions a little later on. So keep that in mind. And let's take a look at where we actually saw some snow a little earlier in Springfield, Missouri. Actually, traffic suffered this morning in Springfield, Missouri, as the storm system moved through the area, leaving around 3.5 inches in the city. Overnight, snows were quite heavy at times. Several traffic accidents were reported before the snows ended later in the morning. Well, to go along with the snow, we have some pretty chilly temperatures here. Let's take a look. And right now, as we head into the Plain States, dealing with temperatures in the 30s and 20s. Right now in Chicago, though, 31 degrees, 23 in Detroit, and 25. Quite chilly here in New York City, 23 in Boston. Back to the southeast, we're dealing with cool temperatures, not like we're seeing in the northeast, though. 44 now in Atlanta and 38 in Dallas. Now, as we take a look at our national view, again, here's where we're dealing with the snow, then a band of freezing rain and drizzle. Back to the south, we're dealing with an all-rain event. Much of the rest of the country dealing with some pretty quiet weather. Head to the southeast, a little wet weather here in Alabama and into Georgia. And as we head a little farther to the north, actually dealing with some snow here as we head to parts of Michigan and northern Minnesota.
Tuesday in Bosnia, U.S. troops.
Snowfall, where it can be heaviest here in eastern Pennsylvania back through southern New England. Here's how our temperatures are shaping up for lows overnight. Highs quite cool here in the Ohio Valley, back into the Great Lakes region in the northeast, and we're going to see a pretty cool.